welcome to Mr. Belle Kitchen today. First of all, I'd like to thank all my subscribers and all my viewer watchers. And if you've been watching and you've been thinking about watching Mr. Belle videos, yes, you should. That's all you have to do. Ding! And you are subscribed to Mr. Belle Kitchen. You know, as Mr. Belle have a lot of videos going on showing you how to do different things and cooking in the Power XL, easy to cook with the family and everything. Today I'll be doing something different on the list today. Today I'll be cooking some corned beef brisket in the Power XL. For all you first time watchers and you wondering how you get this top off and everything, you just wiggle it. You have a lid top to put on top. You know I can't do no slow cooking with the top on. So I'm just gonna wiggle and take this top off right here and set it to the side. It's very easy to lift up and take off. So I'm gonna set it to the side. We are gonna get started on this brisket today. So as you know, I'm gonna put it on slow cook and get everything, it's nice and clean. Get everything started right here. I'm gonna just plug it in first, just like this. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just set this on slow cook. As you see, it's on slow cook. And I'm gonna hit the timer, what I'm gonna set it for. I'm gonna set this for the temperature for 210. It don't go no higher than 210 for the slow cooker, so I'm gonna set it on the max. For 210, I'm gonna set the timer. And since we're doing the brisket right here, the corned brisket, I'm gonna set it for 3 hours. Set this for 3 hours. Right there, and I'm gonna press start right here. As you know, it's circulating. You can put your brisket in and get started while it's circulating into the 3 hours. That's because it's in water. You're gonna need all that nice good heat. So what I'm gonna do, today I'm using some Old Darnell's point cut corned beef brisket. So I'm using a little one, and the pounds on here is 2.88. So that's why I put it on for 3 hours. I'm gonna let this cook for maybe 2 hours and 25 minutes before I put my carrots in. I'll be putting the carrots on here pretty soon. In the meantime, what I wanted to do is just get this brisket started. So then I can cut up my cabbage and my potatoes and my onions and put it in, and while this is slow cooking, I'll be cutting up the rest of it and sit it in after 2 hours and 25 minutes. And this right here is my first time cooking this in the Power XL. I know it's gonna be delicious because you are in Mr. Belle Kitchen, and Mr. Belle like to take you step by step. So first of all, let's get started. I'm gonna just cut this open just like this. I'm just gonna hold this bag up like this and cut it. Cut that just like that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just slip it out. Once I get this bag open, I'm gonna just slip it out. Move all this season to the side and everything. I don't wanna cut the season open right now. It's a little stuck right here. So I'm just gonna take it and cut this out like that. Cut it just like that. And I'm gonna take this season out and I'm gonna just sit it to the side, and it's taped to the bag, which is good. And put it like that and take this brisket out. And I'm gonna just let it slide in there. Just like that. As you see, it have a little fat on it and everything. But I'm gonna turn it over and I'm gonna sit it in just like that. And as you see, it's getting hot already. So now I'm gonna take the season out. I'm gonna take this season out and just pour it all on there. Just like this and rub it in nice and good. Just take that like that. And I'm just gonna rub it on, just like that. And you see this power eggshell, it heated up pretty good already. So what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna just get all that seasoning off my hand, and I'm gonna take this water, it's 3 cups of water I'm using, and I'm just gonna pour it all around it. So that way, you can see. Pour that around there so it can cook nice and good. Like I say, I like to take you step by step. And that's what we'll be doing on this brisket. A lot of people don't like to take the top off. When they're cooking it, they like to leave it on and everything. But Mr. Bell like to take you step by step. I will be taking this top off so you can get a nice view of it, how it's cooking, and how it look while it's cooking. So I'll be right back. Okay, it's been 2 hours and 9 minutes. I'm gonna take the top up like I say, I like to take you step by step. As you know, the corned beef, it shrinks once you put it in there and everything. It look like it's almost done. It's done, it's looking good. It's very tender right now. So this is practically done. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna slice my vegetables up. As you know, I'm using 3 carrots. I'm gonna slice them up. And you can use the little potatoes, whatever kind of potatoes you want. So since I have the big potato, arch potatoes, I'm gonna cut it in half. And I'm gonna cut it about 6 times to make it nice and small. I'm gonna use a half an onion. And I'm gonna be using 3 carrots. I'm gonna cut them up. You can use the small carrots already cut up if you want. But you know, Mr. Bell like to use the large and cut it up himself. So I'm using 2 potatoes and I'm using 1 cabbage. I'm gonna cut it in 4 corners and put it in there. I'm gonna slice this up and put it in there. It's just about ready to be done. It only take about a few minutes. I'm gonna cut the potatoes and put it in there, let it sit for 10 minutes, and the carrots. And then since the cabbage get done real quick, I'm just gonna put that in last for about maybe 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna take the top off now. So what I'm gonna do, it's nice and tender. So I'm gonna just sit, as you see, I'm using 1 potato and a half a cabbage and 2 carrots and a half an onion. And I'm gonna just sit this in there just like this. I'm gonna sit these carrots in right quick and just put it all around there. Just let it just steam up. You don't want it to get too soft. So I'm gonna just sit it like this on this side and let it get just nice. And sit it just like that and sit the potatoes right on this side right here. I'll cut the potatoes small. You can buy the little potatoes if you want to and everything, but since I had the big potatoes, I'm just gonna use these big potatoes and everything and put them in and put it in just like that. And I'm gonna sit some onions in, just sit it all like this, get a little all over it. And sit it in. And I'll be putting the cabbage in a little bit later since it's easy to cook and everything. It's not hard to cook. Sit this in, let it just settle in there for maybe about 10 minutes. And that should be nice, good and soft. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sit the top on it and let that sit for about 15 minutes. Okay, I have 25 minutes left out of the 3 hours. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this cabbage in and let it finish cooking. As you can see, the potatoes is soft, getting soft. You don't want them too soft. You want them just right. I'm gonna just sit this cabbage in just like this, all over. Just let it steam up just a little. You just need to steam up just a little. So I'm gonna sit it just like that. This right here gonna be a delicious dish. Put all this in, like that. And for all my first time watchers, and you've been watching Mr. Belle cook, like I say, as it cooking, wash your dishes. Don't save the dishes for your spouse. Don't leave it for your kids. Don't leave it for your roommate or your friends. Wash the dishes as it cook. It's done. As you see, it's stopped. So I'm gonna take this top off and we're gonna take a look at this together. As you see, everything looking nice and good. Yeah, that's looking good. I'm gonna sit the top over here for a minute. And that's looking real good. This, oh yeah, that's real tender. See how that fork going there? That is tender. Everything is nice and tender. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sit it on the plate and everything and see how I slice this right here. The lines is going this way. So I would slice it the opposite side. As you see, it shrunk because it shrinks once it you get through cooking and everything. And like I say, this is the first time I'm doing this in a Power XL. Someone had it on the list and I said, I'll try it. I've been doing a lot of other things on the Power XL. I've been going down that list. There's a lot of other things coming up that I'm doing in the Power XL. So I'm gonna take this out and put it on the plate and we're gonna look at this together. As you see, this is looking real nice and everything. And for the first time, I think I did a very good job. I'm gonna get a little piece over here. I kind of slice it this way where the lines was at, and that's the wrong way of slicing it. You do not want to slice it where the lines is at. You always want to slice it against the lines like this. See, I slice it like this against the line. I'm gonna get me a little piece out there, and I'm gonna taste it for the very first time because I cooked it, and I'm gonna love it. And I'm gonna get some carrots, That tastes good. I didn't put no season on it. I only used the season out the package. I use regular cabbage. I use a half. You can use more cabbage if you want to. It depends on what size corned beef you're using. Since I use a little one, I use a half of cabbage. I use one mashed potato. You can use the little potatoes if you want to. But this is it, and that's Cooking with the Bells. We did it again. If you like it, subscribe. That's all you have to do. Ding! And you are subscribed to Mr. Belle Kitchen.